scientists from the University of Pennsylvania modified molecules from the fungus to make a new compound with cancer-killing properties. The fungus can cause respiratory issues for those with weakened immune systems or if they're on certain medications. Lane Bignell is a researcher. She spoke to the UK's LBC.
The cereals that were placed into the graves as grave goods, and those fungi are able to produce very, very potent toxins. The fungus that has been implicated in the Felix Green story is the fungus that produces one of the most toxic small chemicals known to man.
The fungus is found in decaying leaves, compost, trees, plants, and some crops. James Flippin for 77.
Put that right in the fucking salad, Rick, old boy. Oh, see if you don't get that fucking fungus head looking thing overnight and shit, and I have to like get the machete. Don't worry, it won't hurt a bit.
And you got a good friend Corone in there, and how's you gonna play Rita, the whole game.
And Craig, don't forget.
Don't forget Craig Eaton too. You forgot Craig?
Bring him off now.
You know, you're like the soul Mona Lisa, unforgettable.
Thank you.
This is the Brooklyn crowd now. It is. Craig Corone, Craig Eaton,
I was born here at Sin Beach, Marine Parkway. I get to claim that.
I went to Brooklyn Tech.
Oh, you won't play it. It is the old Brooklyn crowd. Look, I love it.
Mr. Mayor, how do you see things?
Okay, well, first of all, I always talk about how Frank and I are representative of what's great about this city and country. He was a young man growing up in Canarsie. I was born in Brownsville, growing up in St. Albans, playing little league sport. People never thought we would make it out of our community. He goes on to the Marines, become a lawyer, and I go into the police department, and then eventually get into politics. But it's just the spirit of the city. We're just two ordinary New Yorkers that just want our
New Yorkers. That's definitely Mayor Adams when I hear New Yorkers.
And that's what this race
I love the New Yorkers.
Look at, what we're doing right now. This is about experience, not an experiment. It's about the decisions we make.
America is an experiment, though, Mayor Adams. I'm sure you know that.
Police commissioner.
That's why when you look on the dollar bill, Rick, and you know the pyramid that's on the dollar bill?
Yeah, New Yorkers.
So if you look at it, it's an OC&I, right? Above the pyramid. It's floating above the pyramid. Which means the pyramid is never done. So America is an experiment.
That committee room with masks on our face.
That's E pluribus unum. You know what that means? It's on the dollar bill.
He's going to school. He's going to school.
Huh?
You scored him?
E pluribus unus.
Sound like a Harry Potter.
That's Latin.
He's sweater, he's sweater.
Where the people are one.
Spartacus.
E pluribus unum.
You want to be sweater? Yeah. You want to be sweater?
You should know another language. It makes you more intelligent.
You want to be sweater? You need some.
Especially when it comes to our money. You should know what the fuck it means on the money.
Nicholas cool though.
Nobody knows a fucking thing about anything.
Quintuple.
I'm just waiting to be the last fucking motherfucker on the planet, then I'll be the smartest motherfucker on the planet. That's what I'm waiting for. Thank you very much. It's a cold thing, Gotta hang in there. It's a long journey.
And then out in Queens on Roosevelt Avenue, we were having a persistent problem of prostitution. the HSI, the NYPD task force, and team, they went in. We were able
The
to take
HSI,
out
the
the gang
SSI.
gang there as
Babble,
well.
babble,
You know,
psycho, babble.
Hell yeah.
these gangs prey on innocent people, documented,
It's a quintuple.
undocumented.
Yankees,
Shriluple.
you're running. You're
And
sailing.
I'm going to
You're
go out
running
there and help
again.
out federal
Good.
funders to keep this city safe, and that is the results of
That's
But
the
that
what the
work
fuck
that
you
we
should be
do
doing.
as leaders in 6 months.
You know,
You
Mayor
say
Adams,
all the things I'm
as
gonna
I'm
do.
hearing
What the
also
fuck
a lot
you
of
been
people are
doing?
talking
But
about,
look
Ron
at
Romney. Today he was officially declared the winner of
Going to
the
nightclubs
Unit
every
race.
night?
So I
And
know
what-
we were
what-
just talking about
what?
the race is now on. Now the real race, I believe,
Smoking big
begins.
fucking joints and shit, and he's out there partying and shit.
Mayor Adams like, fuck that.
No, he listen, it bit him in the ass.
It kind of did, yeah, it did.
Experience also that he has. He doesn't have certainly virtually any experience. How concerned do you believe? What's your message to New Yorkers? How concerned should they be?
Well, I am concerned because New York is about being safe. And not only from the person who assaults innocent people, and not only for the person who commits robberies, but it's about being safe in your job. When someone talks about having government-run supermarkets, you're not thinking about evil neighbors. You're not thinking about the National Supermarket Association, where hundreds of people are employed. When someone talks about emptying Rikers Island and let people who committed serious crimes back into the communities that they preyed on, because of the ill-advised bail law, people who are on Rikers Island are the most dangerous people in our society. And to release them back into the communities, to prey on those communities who had to deal with that, is serious. And then when you talk about you want to be the safety of keeping your home. In many communities, your property is your wealth. That is where all your wealth is. And so if you have a 13, 14 unit a house, and someone comes along and says you can never raise rent anymore, then what you're basically stating that costs is going up for these small property owners that keep the maintenance of the building, and you're never going to be able to raise rent. It's just not right. It's not fair. They should be safe to know that their long investment and hard work got them the homes that they have. We can find a balance where this is a city where you do have billionaires to help us and pay for our police, our teachers, our firefighters. And the person who drives the limousine should get as much support in the city as the person who sits in the back of the limousine. And so you can't divide the city. We're one ecosystem. When you start saying I'm going to tax white communities for their home because of their property taxes, all communities are concerned about their property taxes. This is one city. We're all in this together. So yes, people should be concerned with those who have that belief in that concept. I'm not going to do anything to hurt working class people in the city, and I've always stood with that, and I'm going to live up to that.
And Craig Eaton.
Mr. Mayor, we need to be concerned about the ideas that he's coming out with because a lot of people say, yeah, we're gonna keep the rent down. People love that idea. We're gonna lower the taxes in the neighborhoods outside the white neighborhoods. People love that idea. These are not things he can do. It's regulated by the state, regulated by the federal government. I mean, he's coming out with these lame brain ideas that people are going to grasp onto. We need to make sure that the voters know that he can't do this. He doesn't have the power to do a lot of this, and what the downside to all of these policies will be to each and every one of us.
And that's so important. As you saw a group of bodega owners stand in front of, and Berkey stand in front of the store with John the other day. These are serious implications. When you talk about they're going to build homeless shelters in our subway system, implications, real implications. Talking about emptying our Rikers Island, real implications. You talk about small property owners not being able to keep up with the cost of living it. You can lose your building. I had a forum in Red Hook, Brooklyn, with a couple of hundred small property owners. And the horror story was unbelievable. During COVID, the same group of people were talking about no rent. Those property owners fell so back, so behind in their finances because they were encouraging people not to pay rent. It's as though This is not fantasy land. This is real government of the city and making sure this city is fair to all New Yorkers. So I'm not a mayor of just one segment of the city. I'm a mayor of the entire
He's the
city.
mayor of the whole world.
And that is
Yeah.
one must
Yeah, yeah, okay.
when you become the chief executive officer.
You worry about your city, your own fucking city you're mayor of.
Some of the rhetoric, I'll tell you, personally, it's concerning to me.
It's so
when I
fucked
hear,
up.
Mondani
You have no
talk about
idea. And
globalizing
he's making
the
it sound like
enterprise.
he's the
He's
golden
been so
mayor of.
supportive, I think, of the Jewish, of all New Yorkers.
Dude,
of,
people
you
are
know,
terrified.
and some of our
Everybody
colleagues.
likes him again.
City.
Everybody loves him again now.
No, people are terrified. They can't leave. They're not millionaires. They can't leave.
That's true. No, no.
It's
It's not how you
there.
told.
We have to really lead
Relax.
And when they don't do dick and they just fucking saying this crap and nothing gets done, all you get is indicted. What?
Like this philosophy of everything being given away for free. But there
Everybody gets indicted, man. That's what they say. It's the system.
I know people are struggling. That's why we put $30 billion back in the pockets of families in the city, dropping the cost of child care, making sure that we're paying college tuition for foster care children.
But no, the one guy that his record is absolutely spotless and his merit badge is for New York are way through the roof.
That's who they don't like.
And
Makes no
that's-
sense.
That's who they don't like.
That don't make any sense though.
It does. If you're into politics, it makes absolute sense.
Oh, he's too good. That's why.
Right. Now you're getting it.
You know, $1 million that I could wait to work until I was 29. I would work
At least this Adam's corruptible, you know. He's right in there with them.
working in the supermarket. And so the reality of
I don't know. I just don't pull any punches
being an
anymore.
academic elitist and come up with
Not much time left.
but not able to implement in practice is different. And as I say, this is not an experiment. This is real experience.
No, you're an experiment.
COVID, minus of asylum seekers, the crime crisis, unemployment crisis. You look down.
Who's that bougie that lives downstairs? And you're still living in New Jersey, not New York. So I don't know. You're not supposed to be mayor.
We want to continue to show the support for these voting citizens.
You know, Mr. Mayor, in addition, with the damage and
Okay,
destruction
you dress
that
really nice.
from the 4 years of the
Your
Biden
brother-in-law owns the tailor shop over there, okay? So,
experienced mayor for the next 4 years.
You know what I'm saying?
The mayor is not an entry-level position.
double-breasted
It's
suit,
not an entry-level.
$5,000 material.
He didn't vote on 90% of the bills. He was absent from the assembly most of the time. We need experience.
What are you looking, so why don't you go out there in a sweatshirt and a fucking baseball hat, a Yankees hat, and become like one of us, like, they don't consider themselves one of us, you know. Curtis is one of us. He'll help you in a fucking fight on the train if there's some crazy fucking, you know what I'm saying? He'll help you in the fight.
Curtis?
Yeah, Curtis.
And what's at stake here? You know, it's incumbent upon all of us to take our time to do that and get the message out the way it needs
You know how many times he's been arrested?
He's crazy.
Sweet as shit.
He got a chill out the eyes.
I saw a video